Hare Krishna. So, welcome all of you for today's session. And today we'll be talking about how we can do our studies in a nice way. All of you are having exams in few days. We'll try to discuss this principle from Bhagavad Gita and how this principle can help all of you in giving your best, right? Your best in your exams. So let us begin this session. We'll begin with the prayers and then we'll continue. So all of you can write your names. I can see here Alpna is present. Hare Krishna. So yes, let us begin with the prayers. Om Agyan Timirandhasya Jan Anjana Salakaya Chakchur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Together we can chant Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, in the previous discussion, we discussed about association, right? The importance of association. How, according to the association we keep, our desire, our habits, our lifestyle, everything changes accordingly. So, we should be very careful how to keep good association, how to be involved with good people, good thoughts, right? And it can change us dramatically. And we saw so many examples. The lesson was you become what whom you associate with. So today, because the exams are coming, so we thought that let us discuss something related to exams. So the topic for today is do your best and leave the rest on God. So whenever we talk about this subject matter, what comes to all of our minds is this sloka of Bhagavad Gita, right? So I can see here uh, Santosh, Chandani, and Aryan, Vineet, Ananya. Welcome all of you. So the lesson that we'll learn today is how to do our best and leave the rest on God. Okay. So first of all, this sloka from Bhagavad Gita, this is from chapter 2, verse number 47. Okay. So we'll follow this. Karmanevadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana ma karma phal heturbhur ma te sangostva karmani. Right. So what does this mean? This has four things, right? You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, right? Karman eva adhikaraste. That means we have a right to perform our duties. Ma phalesu kadachana. But at the same time, we, I think some internet problem. Ma phalesu kadachana. But we are not entitled to the fruits of action, right? That means although we are working, the results are not in our hand. Now then one may say that, oh, if results are not in my hand, why to work, right? So therefore Lord Krishna is saying, Ma karma phal heturbhur mato sangostu kar. That means you should not consider that your activities are result of the fruits which are produced, right? We should understand that I'm not the only doer. There are so many other factors in giving the result, and therefore we should not also become attached to not doing our duty. That means to laziness. That means laziness should not be there, and at the same time we should not become proud if that the result is only because of me. These two things are to be taken care. Let us discuss in more detail. So when someone understands this sloka, and what is the implication? He does his best but leaves the results on God, right? So how we should do our work? We should do our work with concentration. Concentration means with full, attention, awareness, and absorption. Attention means we are completely attentive, putting our heart in doing something. Like when you are studying, you should study with full concentration, with full attention, putting details. Okay, this is to be done, this thing is to be done. Not so when you put heart in something, then you do the best, right? And then awareness. Awareness means you see the whole picture, right? You're completely aware what you are doing, why you are doing, right? Like that. So you don't do it mechanically, you're conscious, aware. So while you're studying, you should be aware. Okay, now I'm studying this chapter and I have to complete this many total chapters, this much time I have, and I have to do this well because of this reason. And absorption. Absorption means we should be completely absorbed in our thoughts in doing that thing only. We should not be thinking of something else. Like sometimes when we study, our mind is, oh, how much mark will I get? Maybe this subject is not prepared well. I will get only say 60 marks or 80 marks. That is not good mark. Like that, when we are studying, we are thinking of something else. Our absorption is in the marks. So will we be able to do our best then? No. So when we are doing our work, we should see these three things. Attention, we should pay attention to the details, subject that we are doing. We should be aware completely of what we are doing, right? Conscious. And third, absorb. So yeah, the most important point is that we should do our best, right? So you all of you might have heard this, that God help those who help themselves, right? So we should do our part to the best of our ability. So if we can do our part best, half of our worries are gone. Most of us, the problems are because we don't do our best, right? And then we focus on what is not in our hand, right? So at least what is in our hand, what is in all of your hand, how much marks you'll get, is that in your hand? No. But what is in your hand is you can study to the best of your ability. That is in your hand. Like suppose even if you have not studied till now, right, and you're lamenting, oh, this time I could not study for the whole year, right? But from the next year, I'll study from the beginning and get good marks. Will that work? No. Even if you have not studied till now, but what you should think, okay, I didn't study because of some bad association, something bad. But now, whatever time I have, I am going to use it fully with all my energy to prepare well for the exams. And this kind of understanding can help you do your best, right? Because this is the only thing which is in your hand. The past, what you have done, is not in your hand, and the future is also not in your hand. So completely focus on your efforts, which is in your hand. Okay? And then second thing is your best need not be the best, right? Someone may have prepared throughout the year, and his best may be different. He may get more marks, and because he deserves it. But at least you can be happy if you do your best. Whatever best you can give in that time, this much time. If you do that well, you'll feel happy, you'll feel satisfied in the end, right? But if you waste this time also thinking of future or past, then it will be no use, right? So God always sees our best, right? He does not see uh, the best. like Jatayu. You might have heard this story. Jatayu was a old bird, old eagle, and he tried his best to fight with Ravana while he was kidnapping Mother Sita, but he could not, and he was killed by Ravana. But still, Lord Ram actually was happy with him, and he uh, treated him like a father, did his last rites, and sent him to Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. So God sees only our intention, right? So we should do our best, right? And giving up this mentality, proprietor, right? Everything belongs to me. Controller, I can control or I can enjoy. These three things are which stop from doing our best, right? So when we surrender to God the results, then we can give our best without worrying about the results, right? So when we are worrying about the result during the exam, we are worrying. Before the exams, we are worrying, and after the exams also we are worrying. And does it increase the result? No, it only decreases the result, right? Because we are unable to work fully, work to the full ability. So this last line is very important, right? God, depending upon so many merit of so we sow the seed, but God gives the rain. We give the interview, but the panel has to select us for the job. You write exam, but teacher gives you marks. So you can see in so many ways, we are not the only doer. Right? So